Alright guys, so this is going to be a real quick one because I'm really short on time today because I'm about to do a subathon on Twitch, which could mean that I might be streaming for a good 2 or 3 days. We'll see how it goes. Could be an absolute flop and I'm only on for a couple of hours, but we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. But a lot of people have been talking about the mounts and is it cheaper to wait until TBC to buy a mount? And there's a few factors that come into this and I just want to go over them. So before we do get into it, obviously make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, make sure you like the video. If you like the video or find anything in it useful, and let's get going. So there's a lot of confusion around this. So some people are saying, no, it's exactly the same cost in TBC, or some people are saying, no, you might as well wait till you get your epic mount. We're gonna work off the assumption that you're level 60 and you've got your normal riding skill. So you've been able to ride your mount since you're 40, basically. So now you've got a mount that you can buy in Classic as it stands, which is 1,000 gold with no reputation discount. If you're honoured, you'll get a 10% discount. If you're rank 3, so you're a sergeant or equivalent for the Horde, you'll get a further 10% discount, potentially bringing that mount cost down to 800 gold. Now, it's strange because actually the change to skill, as in the riding skill, actually happened in 1.12.1 and we're on a 1.12 client, so you would assume that it was in already. So the confusion's coming from where at the moment there's one riding skill, that's it. You learn your riding skill at level 40 and then you can ride your normal mount, and then when you're level 60 for 1,000 gold, or as I say, discounted cost down as far as 800 gold, you can then ride an epic mount. Now in 1.12.1 back in the day, what actually happened was they flipped the costs. So they added the expert riding skill, which is required at level 60 to be able to ride a 100% speed mount. This didn't make it into Classic for whatever reason. So what they done, they had it was 1,000 gold for the mount. They then made the mount only 100 gold, but the riding skill 900 gold. Both of which affected by reputation discounts. So it was still the same cost. It really didn't matter, whether you got your epic mount and it was 1,000 gold, or you spent 1,000 gold splitting it between the training and the mount itself. There was a further change. So that changed actually that should be in the game now. That changed in Classic. But then in 2.0.1, they reduced the cost of the riding skill to 600 baseline. Still could be affected by reputation. The mount cost remained the same. Now there's a few things that happen throughout the history of TBC which will have an impact on that cost. So actually straight away going into TBC and waiting to get your epic ride in, you are going to save some gold, because forget reputation. It's going to be 100 for the mount, 600 for the training, opposed to 1,000 that it is now, again excluding reputation. But there was a few things that changed. So currently once you're honoured, you get 10% discount with that faction. So if it was a 600 gold mount, you're going to get it for 540 gold, and then you're going to get 10 gold off of the mount. So straight away you are saving gold just by waiting until probably the pre-patch. In all fairness, I would say the pre-patch even more likely than actually the TBC release. What actually happened in 2.3 was they changed the way reputation discounts work. So if we're going in like we know we are at 2.4.3, then this change is probably already in place. So the way it actually works in TBC is at friendly it's a 5% discount, honoured it's 10, revered is 15, I had to think about that, and exalted is 20. So now all of a sudden the costs at each one of those levels of reputation, just look on my screen so I don't say anything wrong, is 570 for friendly, 540 for honoured, 510 for revered, and 480 gold for exalted. And then that would drive the mount cost. So if you was exalted with Stormwind and you're a human, that would make your riding skill 480 gold and your mount 80 gold. So all of a sudden 560 gold. You're nearly saving half the amount. But let's take into consideration that you probably will have at least honoured, because if you're going to get the exalted discount, obviously as it stands now you would be honoured, so you'd be paying 900 gold, so you're saving a few hundred gold either way. Yes, I know you can get cheap epic mounts or free even, so you can get the strap mount, so from the Baron you can get the Zul'Gurub mounts, you can get the PvP mount, which all of which, or even the AV mount, all of these 100% speed mounts. What basically happens is when we go into TBC, and as I say, I personally think when we go into the pre-patch, you will automatically learn the appropriate riding skill. So if you haven't got a bind on pickup epic mount in your bag now, you will have to pay the 600 gold minus your reputation to be able to then buy an epic mount to ride. So if you've already got one, you haven't got to worry, you're sorted. But if it's an alt, or you've just started leveling or anything, and you're like, oh, do I spend 1,000 gold on it now? I would recommend waiting, because it will get cheaper. Now there's a couple of other things that changed in TBC, as in they reduced the skill from 40 to 30. That was in 2.4, so that was, you know, a lot later on, but highly likely it's going to be in the game. So normal mount you can use at level 30. It used to be 90 gold, then they changed it to 35 gold. So quite a big difference. But as I say, I thought I'd just mention that, but we are working on the assumption that you're level 60. You don't have an epic mount at the moment, and you're a bit skeptical on whether you should invest in it now or you should wait until TBC. I would say wait, obviously, because, you know, if you've ridden around this long on a 60% mount, you might as well just wait. You're going to save yourself, as I say, a minimum of sort of a few hundred gold, which is lovely. So, I mean, I know this was a really short video by my standards, but it was more just to give you the information, you know, because it's all over the place. You know, I've read multiple Reddit posts, multiple WoW forum posts, and everybody's saying something slightly different. Now, I've took this directly from patch notes, directly from, you know, imitated 2.4.3 servers that we all know about, and obviously compared it to Classic. And this is, I would say, 100% accurate. You know, we know for some reason the change did escape Blizzard when they done WoW Classic. You know, as in it should have been 900. They should have had both levels of riding skill in, but for whatever reason they wasn't there, because that was 1.12.1. They was working on 1.12. But we're going to basically skip straight over that, where it is the 900 and 100, and go straight into 2.4.3, where all of these changes have probably already applied. But it was 2.0.1 where the reduction in epic riding was reduced. So no matter what happens, even if they was to phase in the level 30 mount, you know, which came in 2.4, that doesn't really matter to us. Even if they phased in the reputation, as in where you get the discount 5% per level, even that doesn't really matter. We know at the bare minimum we are going to get the riding cost change. So if you haven't got an epic mount on your alt or on your farmer or on whatever, just wait till the pre-patch. In the pre-patch, if the riding skill hasn't been reduced to 600 gold, it will be at launch. Peace out.